Leave it. Okay. Alright, been a minute since I've made a boat video. I've been posting them like crazy, but I haven't really made one. Been working on other stuff for a minute, but anyway, I have the boat out of the shop, nice and open, nice and clean, and so now I can start working on the individual components. So here we have the basically the gimbal housing, and basically it is disgusting, and it has grease all over it, and I need to get this, the gimbal ring, this part, I need to get that off of there, and I need to get the swivel shaft out. So I think I'm going to take it apart, greasy, and then once I have these major components separated, then I will actually try and clean it up for reassembly. So I assume one of the process, I gotta take these two bolts out, and then there's also a nut in the head there that I have to get taken off. So we're just gonna start with it and see how it goes, and just fumble through it. Alright, well, with really not that much heartache, got this all out of here. So basically this is the swivel pin or swivel shaft, I think is either name. Anyway, here is the steering shaft, and so this fits inside here like that, and you can see this is a little square right here, and that square interfaces with that right there. And so this big nut goes on the top here and scrolls down and presses it and keeps it onto here, and then there's a cross bolt here that pinches it onto there. That part was great. There was no play in it. You can see where it was actually kind of like rust welded on there, so that actually was really good. Where there is play is between the swivel shaft, or excuse me, swivel pin, and the gimbal ring. And so you'll notice that shape is all kind of screwed up. If my camera focuses here, it's kind of screwed up. So now if I shove this in here, and I hold it up there, that's where all of that steering play was. So you can see if I turn that, it's just screwed. So anyway, no matter how tight I ran with those bolts, it wasn't going to take up that slop. So for sure almost the ring will need some sort of service or replacement, because like I say, that it's all kind of wallowed out. That'd be this main portion here, and then also I'm assuming that this shaft will need some attention, because right on the back right here you can see those two little grooves right there. That's kind of where it was like kind of rubbing against. There's a seal there, and when you put it back in here, it has play there. You can see that it has play. So that's not really great. So I'm assuming maybe there's a liner I can push out of there or something, but anyway, at least we have the pieces off. Not the end of the world, but yeah, it is a little bit complex here. So the next thing I'll probably do is I'll probably pull the trim senders out, because they're just kind of in the way. This little speedo cable probably I'll pull out, and then we'll see about getting the gimbal bearing out perhaps and getting things cleaned up. So anyway, that's the major disassembly here done. So to take the trim senders out, it's just a single bolt here. Okay, so I tried two methods here to get the gimbal bearing out and the seal behind the gimbal bearing out. The first method that I tried was this contraption of all thread, and I took this washer and I cut the sides off of it and put a backing washer with it to try and pull through, but you can see it got all screwed up. So that didn't work basically at all. So then a little more brainstorming, came up with, what was this, 1.25 inch you said? Yeah. 1.25 inch rigid coupling, and then just a little nipple here, and stuck that from the back side. So this was flipped over, but anyway, stuck it in here. It almost fits, just about perfect, and pushed it down through, and then used just a plate to go in between here so I could push on it. But yeah, it popped right out, and that was easy. So that's hopefully a similar method we can use to put it back in. Okay, so I have the gimbal ring cleaned up and ready to send off to JR Marine in Ohio. So basically cleaned up all the grease and everything, and here's the shape. So it's definitely screwed up top here, but then one thing I noticed while I was cleaning it that I didn't notice at first was this bottom side is kind of screwed up. This surface right here is lower than the black part right there, so there's definitely like a little lip right there, and same there, and then it's been obviously interfering there and there as well, a little wear point. So this part looks really quite good, and this one looks really good, but this side you can hang a fingernail there maybe. You can't really, but you can, just some little scratches. But anyway, it's all cleaned up, and we're gonna send it out, see if we can get it repaired. And then here's my swivel shaft, and you can see there's a mark right at my fingernail there. So it's not exactly, see on the right hand side of the screen there, right there's a little lip that's formed. So anyway, not terrible, but not good either. So we're gonna send them and see if we can get something done. Okay, so just to kind of illustrate the root cause here, there's my swivel shaft. Granted, it's not clamped, so it could clamp down a little more, but it's not going to clamp down and take up that much slop. So you can see how it was wallowed back and forth there, and that really, it would turn I think right pretty decent, but left it just had nothing. Or one of the directions was totally screwed. So anyway, just to kind of drive that point home, that if you have a little play there, it totally screws it.